Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bar and Session podcast. My name is Sammy Coakley. I'm joined here by my brother, Ryne Coakley. Reese Coakley is MIA. He's gone today. He's watching a movie. That's okay. Got some topics to talk about. Nothing major has really happened. Actually, you know what? We'll just talk about it. Okay, let's just get right into it. The first thing is we still have some transfer portal things going on, and even some coaching moves here at this point. So let's start right there. Ryne, what do you think?
I'm interested to see where some of these guys end up. There's the rumor today that Michigan is probably the front runner for Lachlan McNeil.
Yep.
And I've heard different things about Chittum. Like I heard maybe going back to Iowa. I heard maybe going to Ohio State. I've heard a bunch of different things on Chittum.
Okay.
But I've heard zero things on All-American TJ Stewart. Nothing.
I thought I heard something, but I can't remember what anymore. But yeah,
Maryland?
Was that it?
Maybe. That's like the only thing that I can think of at this point. But also, Jackson Smith has another year. So
I think Iowa wanted TJ Stewart for 197.
Oh.
Maybe. I think people are looking to find him somewhere at 197. But
that's coming up.
Could be wrong too. I feel like he's not built to wrestle 197.
I don't know. I thought he was perfect size 84, but
right. So I didn't feel like 197 would make sense.
Kids grow, kids change. It's
people can change. Yeah, Lachlan. The people on Twitter who like to get things out earlier before they're confirmed, we're saying Lachlan to Michigan, and Willie shut it down and said Michigan's in play, but there's not been a decision made yet. And Chittum, right out the gate, Mineo said that Chittum was going to Ohio State, and it hasn't been officially announced at this point. And it might be one of those ones where we just don't know until he's enrolled at the school that he's enrolled at. I don't know.
I kind of want to see Lachlan and Chittum at Ohio State.
I was thinking about it today. Michigan and Ohio State have been very quiet these last couple of weeks. You would have expected something to happen. Now, Ohio State lost Rocco Welsh. So, I mean, they might have a pool of money to pull from now that he's gone. I don't know. You might want to use that.
Yeah, it just is kind of crazy to me that they've been, so quiet, I guess. Especially Ohio State. Ohio State not only has been quiet in the portal, they've been quiet on the recruiting trail too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their incoming class looks like, but
it looks like Maddox Shaw. That's what it looks like.
Really?
Pretty much.
Take a look here. That's interesting. That's not a good sign for them. I would imagine that they have a pretty healthy amount of money that they can pull from, but I guess I don't really have anything in my mind that confirms that. Yeah, their only guy is Maddox Shaw, flat out.
Yeah.
Whoa. And he'll fit right in. But man,
I think he needs a red shirt. But
wait, are they going to deal? I'm guessing they're one of the schools that's opting into revenue sharing, and so they have to limit their roster size, correct?
Well, I think everyone has to limit their roster size.
Well, everyone that opts in.
No, it's a roster cap like.
It's if you opt into revenue sharing, the roster cap is applied.
I think it's I think the roster cap is applied no matter what.
No. I'm willing to be wrong on this, but what I know is, or what's in my head.
I thought there were two separate deals here.
I don't think so.
I didn't think. Why would the revenue sharing have anything to do with roster cap?
I don't know. Maybe I've crossed wires in my head, but I swear that those two things are related to each other.
You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just didn't know it. I hadn't heard anything like that.
I feel like that's the case, and I think the roster limit for wrestling is 30, right?
30 or 32, something like that. It is an even number.
Okay. Yeah, Ohio State is probably going to be cutting it close. They got 4 kids in the portal right now. And okay. On Oklahoma State, so they they get Zach Ryder, and then Braden Thompson hops in the portal, reportedly.
Reportedly.
Okay. And then he decides, no, I'm going to stay. And so
the word is that Mr. Thompson, maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say lied, but for lack of a better
he
word
put his
right now,
feelers
lied.
out there to see what his son could get.
Yeah, sure.
We'll put it that way.
Sure. You know,
that's the rumor. We don't have confirmation of that.
and apparently he got a visit set up with Iowa, but Braden Thompson was like not interested. I don't know. I've heard a bunch of different things. So
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
all
what
in
we
all,
do know,
Braden Thompson never really wanted to leave. Is kind of what everyone is hearing now.
that makes sense.
And then with that, the talk of the lineup right now is Ryder 84, Braden Thompson 97, and Merrill at heavyweight next year.
Really?
That's the talk of the town.
I don't know if I like that.
Why?
I don't know if Thompson is really a 97 pounder.
Apparently he walks around 220, 215, 220.
I mean, yeah, and then by next week he'll be 250, right? Like, I don't know. He wrestled 174, and I guess we'll see what we see. And then I don't know. I was so ready to see Merrill at 197. I was excited about that. I think he will be a problem at heavyweight, but I'm just worried. I think his problem will be being big enough. So, but he's going to move faster than 95% of his competition.
I think they still have the cowboy bulk job. I think that's still a thing for them.
Yeah, they probably still have those powers, but I don't know. That just feels, I don't know. I feel bad for Connor if that's the case. Duset.
Oh, I knew who you're talking about. I was just saying, I was like, name of the game sucks these days, man.
Yeah. Now, something that really is a loss for Oklahoma State is Gilman leaving the coaching staff, and he's going to be coaching at the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club now. Yeah, and he did a very thorough interview with Justin Bash, and it was pretty clarifying on a lot of things. One, seems like from his perspective, the athletes love him, which is a great thing to hear for somebody who's in a coaching position. It's great to have those established relationships. And I don't think he would make those claims without, being able to easily back it up with one of his wrestlers saying the case, that's the case. But it also sounded like he was not necessarily entirely in alignment with some of the other people in charge of things.
Yeah, roughly. He just said staff.
Yeah, I don't know if that means the other coaches. I don't know if that means administration. I don't know if that means the athletic trainer. I don't know who it really means. And then there's rumors about people talking to his wife about things, and I don't know. Nobody's ever going to know what really went on behind those doors.
I thought it was weird when he was like talking in his interview to Bash, and he was like, "Yeah, I made sure I had Dave FaceTime me because I wanted to see his face whenever I told him what was happening." I was like, "What the heck? Why would you say that?"
I don't know. I guess it's one of those, like when he told Dave that, "Hey, I'm leaving," right?
Yeah, I think that's what he was talking about. But like, why did he make the comment of I wanted to see his face? I wanted to see what his face looked like, or something. It was something to that effect.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of would have expected the angle of I want to say this to his face, so that I'm not hiding behind a text message.
Was more,
but it wasn't quite like that.
It's not what it came off of. That's probably how he meant it, but like that's just not how it came off.
Interesting. Interesting.
At least that's not how it came off to me. To me, it came off like, I don't know. I don't want to say malicious, but a little bit. Like, I want to see what this guy's face looks like when I tell him I'm leaving and going back to Penn State. Like, all right. I hope that's not how he meant it, but
okay.
I did see the
Okay.
people. There were people like, oh, he's always having issues with coaches. Whenever he leaves places, maybe he's the issue. I was like, what other issues has he
Uh,
had?
I don't think he had any problem with Penn State when he left Penn State. Truthfully,
I
and I
don't think
think
he had.
people are God projecting the issue that happened with Ramos at Iowa. I think they're saying the exact same thing happened to Gilman. And I don't think that's necessarily the case at all.
I mean, there is something there that happened to Iowa. There's bad blood. There was a little bit of bad blood when he left.
You think so?
So,
Okay.
I
And
mean,
I guess
that's
people,
how it is. That's how it is with the. I mean, the rumor is that's how it is with the brands. Whenever guys leave, like Ramos and Gilman, like
yeah.
they kind of
So
take it maybe a little too personally. I don't know.
yeah, that's interesting.
But ELE, that's what I say.
Roughly, yeah, yeah. ELME.
I don't know what.
Mostly everybody.
Okay, cool.
Mostly everybody. We have to have an enemy. Otherwise, how can we align ourselves under a common banner?
I like it.
Um, God, I had something. Oh, I what I did notice is Gilman was very. I need to word this the right way. His It was very important to him that there was a religious aspect to what he was doing. Um, like he talked about, the Bible and establishing that as a relationship with his athletes. And the place that I always think of the first whenever I think of that and wrestlers is Penn State.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a very spirit. I mean, he wasn't like I don't know, maybe not as outspoken, but I think he was a pretty spiritual dude whenever he was at Iowa.
Maybe. I don't remember. I really don't. I mean the only things I remember from Iowa are the clickbaity things where he's talking about how unsportsmanlike guys are on the mat. He's like, hey, if you want to fight, we'll go fight in a parking lot.
Or
Uh,
the I broke him from bottom. I love that
yeah,
one.
like those types of, and maybe he has been religious his whole life. I really don't know. I don't know him that way, but a place where people put that as a priority is Penn State, and so it's a fit. It just makes sense. Now, what does that do for the rooms involved? What Blaze and all the other lightweights, excuse me, we're super excited about the fact that Gilman is going to be coming back into the room and they're going to be able to train with him. They're super excited about that, and that's probably only going to help them. It's going to make our great room even better. Now, what does Oklahoma State do to fill that position? A lot of people are saying Seth Gross. Some people are saying Jordan Oliver.
Not a lightweight guy though.
Yeah, not quite. No, he's right with Jimmy Kennedy, so it's just that doesn't quite fit. Now, some things to think of are David Taylor talks about whenever I bring coaches in, I want guys that are going to wrestle with the athletes. So I mean, you can't bring in like a Barry Davis. I guess you could. Barry would probably try and wrestle him. I don't know how it would go though. So like, you need to have somebody young, still relatively active, and so that limits your pool down a little bit.
I like Nathan Tomasello.
Tomasello is an option. Uh, Gross is definitely an option.
I don't think
Some
so.
people, somebody talked about just slotting not Dake Dayton Fix into that position. I don't know if he's ready to coach yet. I think he kind
Yeah,
of still wants to dedicate
if he
himself to
was,
wrestling.
if Dayton was done competing and like knew he was done competing, I would say Dayton for sure. Because I
That's
can
like
see
a yeah.
Dayton. I can see Dayton being a good coach here in the future.
I 100% see him being like a phenomenal coach.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the Seth Gross sentiment.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for people is he's in the middle of nowhere right now. He's not with
Right?
a team. He's not at an RTC. Where is he? He's
I
just
don't
somewhere
know.
in one of the Dakotas, right?
He's training but that was the problem. That's why like the whole Wisconsin deal didn't work out for him is because he is still focused on himself, which is fine. Like that's what he wants to do.
Right.
right? But like the guys on the team didn't feel like he was making them better, and that's kind of why they moved him off of the staff. I don't want to say fired him because they didn't really fire him. They
Right.
kind of did.
Okay. No, I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know if he's good enough. If he's good enough to coach at that level, maybe he is, maybe he's not. Or maybe the whole Wisconsin thing. I don't know. It's
No, I do. I think Seth Gross has a phenomenal understanding of the sport and breaking down technique and understanding wrestling positions. He's probably one of the best at it. Now, is he able to translate that into providing the athletes the ability to improve in those positions? I don't know. He also has very controversial opinions, non-standard opinions in terms of
yeah,
wrestling positions. And
yeah.
now is that a thing that when if David Taylor reads about that, is he like, I want that in my room? Maybe I'd.
Yeah, doubt it. Some of his
So
stuff, I was like, it's like, okay.
I can't. Yeah, I can't just outright say no. But
It's like it might
I am
work.
like, that's not for me.
Yeah,
No, thank
it's
you.
exactly how I am. That's
Yeah.
definitely not for me.
Yep. So that is now there are other Lee Roper. Lee Roper's at the RTC with
Joining the
Oklahoma
RTC.
State now.
Mhm.
So, that's another win for Oklahoma State. But what does Northern Iowa do to, fill that
That's
slot?
kind of a void that they got to fill there. Lee was
Yeah.
instrumental in development as far as
Right.
as far as like, the word on the street was.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
I think you and I still in good hands. They've got great leadership
They'll
over there at
they'll
UNI.
probably have plenty of great candidates to select from.
Yeah, in fact, I think they already got one ready to go. His name is
Is a
Drew
name you can drop?
Foster.
Well, okay, that's a
That's
perfect
in my
transition.
opinion. That's who I think. I think that's who they
Okay.
just slide him in.
Yeah.
I mean, just being around him and being seeing him at tournaments and stuff. It just kind of seems like that's the move they should make. So
Where's Lujan?
that I don't know. I thought he was training still, but maybe he's not.
I feel like I haven't seen him competing for a while.
I haven't. Taylor might be coaching somewhere.
Okay. I wouldn't know where.
I wouldn't either.
I would not. So yeah, with the transfer portal slowing down, and one that we were wrong about, because everybody, Willie Saylor in particular, was saying Spencer Moore was going to go to Presbyterian, but he's in Illinois, so he's going to be in the Big Ten. He'll be wrestling there.
It would have been huge for Presbyterian. It would have been awesome, honestly.
I wonder if Spencer Moore's family sat him down and was like, "Hey, you could make some money. You should probably go make some money."
Well, his wife goes to Presbyterian.
I know. Like I understood the reasoning why, and maybe his wife was like, "Hey, go get us a bag real quick, just 1 year, 1 year of distance, we'll be okay." And so he's at Illinois. AJ Ferrari is at UNC. We talked about that last episode, I think, right?
Yes, Taylor Lujan is coaching. Looks like he's
wait.
coaching at Immortal.
Huh?
He's coaching at a club.
Like a wrestling club?
Yeah, it's in Iowa. It's called the Immortal Athletics Wrestling Club.
Okay, still around. All right.
Yeah.
I had a thing.
Well, it looks like they're all
Ferrari.
UNI
That's
games.
right. So people were talking about AJ Ferrari and his eligibility situation. Now,
it's simple.
Go ahead.
Free year, car accident in 22 where he competed. Probably he's not getting that year back, and then this year, so free year. So he's used 2 years of eligibility. He's got 2 more left. It's simple.
Okay, so people think that he is going to get a medical red shirt for 2022 to the point where WrestleStat has it listed. Now, my understanding of the way eligibility works and how and when you can apply a medical red shirt. What I was told by my athletic trainer when I was at Indiana was if you wrestle a certain percentage of the schedule, you are no longer eligible for a medical red shirt. I don't remember what the percentage is. I can't remember if it's like 40% or 60% or something like that. But AJ Ferrari wrestled in a lot of duels. He wrestled in against Stanford, Minnesota, Drexel, Oklahoma, Air Force, Wyoming, Utah Valley, Little Rock, Columbia, and Lehigh. So I don't think, to the point where he wrestled from November all the way into the final week of January.
The car accident happened January 24th.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to get that year back. Unfortunately,
but who knows? They've been giving eligibility back like candy. So you know.
So he's got 2 years left, maybe 3. You might see 3 more years of AJ Ferrari. Now the question is, will you see AJ Ferrari at UNC forever, or will you see him at a different school after this year? What do you think?
I think he's gonna win an ACC title and then try to go to a Big Ten school. That's what
just win a Big Ten. So he'll have a Big 12, a Pac-12, an ACC, and a Big Ten title.
Yeah, get them all. Gotta collect them all.
So he's gonna leave out Ivy League, EIWA, SoCon, and MAC.
Be the first 4-time All-American for 4 different schools, 4 different conferences. He's got to leave his mark somehow.
He will ride that wave.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I honestly believe that is what's going to happen.
I don't know. Rob Cole might be able to keep him. Might be able to keep him around. We'll see.
You're right. I mean, I kind of hope he stays put, but...
So the lineups are really starting to take shape. We probably shouldn't see too much more transfer happening.
We got a few more weeks until to get into the portal. Then it shuts down, closes.
Right, and then we already hit like a pretty significant deadline with the whole whatever court ruling was going on in terms of how much money you're allowed to accept or whatever with NIL. There was some sort of court thing in California, and a judge was ruling on it.
Really? I don't know.
And the deadline was like April something. It's happened in the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, that did happen. But I don't know if it's like official or what it's locking down or anything like that. I don't have enough information on that. So, while we're on college wrestling still, let's talk about the national duels, because that is going to be decided at this point pretty soon. I can't remember what the exact date is in terms of when the finalized list of teams is going to be. So I'm going to look that up right now. But the way it works right now is there's going to be 16 teams at the tournament. It's going to be a dual tournament. And the way they determine the 16 teams is the top 12 from the NCAA tournament, which is Penn State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio State, Cornell, NC State, Northern Iowa, Illinois, Virginia Tech, and Michigan. They will all receive an invitation to go compete and participate. Now, not all of them are necessarily going to. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are pretty sure Penn State's not going to, even though I think two things. One, I think it's crazy to expect them. I don't know. No, I just think it's crazy for them to not attend in general. Now, that's the first 12 teams, and whoever else doesn't attend, or whoever else from that 12 doesn't attend, it gets slotted into this lottery where you have the remaining teams from 13th to 24th place at NCAAs, which is a list of 16 teams. It's, you can look it up on your own. But
I really thought you were about to list them.
Nope, too many. They will be put into a lottery, and the 4 to however many teams didn't accept, from the top 12. So you have 4 to however many. They will be brought in. And so listen to this. This is the situation. If you go to this tournament and you attend and you wrestle, if you're one of the 16 teams that you wrestle, you will be given bare minimum $20,000. If you take 8th place, it's or 8th place is 20,000, 7th is 25th, 6th is 40, 5th is 50, Fourth is 75,000. Third, second and third were both earned 150,000, and first place wins $200,000. Ryan, if Penn State goes to this dual tournament, they're gonna earn $200,000. Why is that not worth it inherently?
I think the athletes are going to have to put pressure on Kale. So I think.
What?
I think the athletes are going to have to put some pressure on Kale if they want to go. That's what I think.
No.
Kale doesn't need the money.
The administration is gonna be like, Kale, go earn us $200,000.
The admin's not going to touch him. The admin's not going to say anything to him. Because he wins the most important title that they only care about when they don't. Do you think the administration really cares about these kids and how much money they can make on that?
They're operating this like they have to be operating this like a business. That's the only thing that they can think of. That's the only model that they can approach this.
You don't have to.
It's the only thing for them, for the people who work in administration, for their job to justify what they do. They have to find a way.
The money goes to who? Does the money go to? The money goes to who?
Well, it goes to Penn State. Now, if it goes to wrestling, great. That's less financial pressure from Penn State athletics to help take care of Penn State wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think it's. I don't think the Penn State admin is going to be putting any kind of pressure on Kale.
That's crazy to me.
It's unwarranted. Why would they push the guy? Why would they push their best coach?
I would at least
the number one college coach in the country, regardless of sport. Why would they poke the bear? Why would you need to poke the bear in any way, shape, or form?
I would at least want to hear a justified reason, and it better be damn good. Because really, why not attend? Why not go?
I mean, they don't need the money.
Well, okay, so why not go compete? Why not? What's wrong with the competition?
It's just not a necessary competition in their eyes. I don't know.
What is a necessary? You know what?
I hope they go. What? I don't know why they haven't been going. Why do some years they do the journeyman and some years they don't? It's just
So at this point, just show up in March. Just ignore the rest of the season because it doesn't matter. Like that's just what it makes me feel like. That's the vibe that I get, and it's very frustrating to see the best team in college just. I don't know. That's frustrating to me.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. I don't know what to tell you, dude. They're probably not going.
Whatever. You know what? Screw it, because Indiana is one of those teams that placed 13th through 24th. So the fewer teams in the top 12 that go, the better chances of Indiana going. So I like that.
You think Indiana's going to go?
If they get invited, they're 100% going to go.
Okay.
Ryan, all right. Do you think that there are any other teams out there that are not going to take the opportunity for the money? Flat out.
No, those smaller programs will definitely take the opportunity.
Exactly. And in terms of both financial production and consumption, Indiana is one of the smallest teams in that category in the Big Ten. So they'll benefit regardless. Now, where the real controversy starts is the way the procedure that was put in place for picking these teams. Because you have a team like Oklahoma State who now don't take what their incoming lineup is looking like, because that has no effect of how they did at NCAAs. But the points that they scored at NCAAs, what they have coming up this next season from that is minimal. It's like 20 points.
There's no perfect science, though.
Yes, but they're asking for an improvement upon what they have right now. And I think,
who's asking for that?
The people at schools like Lehigh, who's going to have a phenomenal team this upcoming year. Missouri, who's going to have a phenomenal team this upcoming year. Iowa State. I think Iowa State's not in that selection. Iowa State's team is going to be good if they can get their lightweights sorted. So, yeah, it's not a perfect science. There might be some teams there that that show up and like, yeah, they shouldn't be there. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. There's probably some improvements that can be made, and I don't know what that looks like, but do they take it to somebody like a Willie Saylor, who's pretty, historically accurate on seeding and projections and that type of stuff? I don't know, but I mean, the reason, some people might be asking, well, why not wait until we know what the lineups look like? Schedules have to be figured out months in advance, so that stuff has to all be sorted relatively quickly so that they can get everything on all of the different team schedules and have that all approved for the different conferences and blah blah blah. Fun paperwork. So,
yep. Is that the controversy you were talking about?
That was the controversy I was talking about. People are not happy with the selection process. Oh, what more controversial could it be?
I thought you were going to have some team controversy, maybe some more Penn State controversy. I don't know. I thought you had more for me.
No, I don't have anything more for you. Now, the selection happens on April 24th, so 10 days from today.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop you on it. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna pause the recording. We'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. So, where do you want to go from here?
I'd like to go look at the U.S. Open.
All right. I should have known that you were going to do that. I should have pulled it up while we were waiting. But I'm getting there. I'll get there. So the U.S. Open.
We could do that, and then we can segue into a couple of lineups.
Okay. Do you got some lineups ready for us?
I've got 3.
You have 3 lineups ready for us, huh?
Yeah, 3 new ones.
Okay. All right. The U.S. Open. Register now. You want me to sign in? Okay. Have you tried out the new USA bracketing system?
Yeah.
Have you looked at it?
Be some growing pains.
It needs some polish, and that's okay. Don't worry, people. Give it a try. It'll be all right. Okay. Let's go senior men's freestyle, 57 kilograms. Let's take a look here. Brandon Courtney, Caleb Smith, Beric Jordan. I haven't heard that name in a minute.
Beric,
my bad. Liam Cronin, Dominic Munaretto, Brendan McCrone, Sheldon Seymour.
Yeah. Show me your nuts.
Know. Daniel DeShazer back down at 57. Nico Provo.
Oh, he's healthy?
What the heck? I hope so. That's your group right now. Not super deep.
Spencer Lee has accepted his bid.
Spencer Lee has accepted his bid, and so has Vito. And I think that's it. And I think that's all we're gonna get. Well, Snyder. No, Snyder didn't get one. Snyder has to go back through the U.S. Open.
Did Snyder get 5th at the Olympics?
He lost to Azarpira.
Man, is that the first time he's never medaled?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That makes me sad. I was really hoping that dude was going to medal every time. Just somehow, some way, he finds a way to medal.
It's tough, man.
He
was not on a great, yeah.
I get it.
Yep. So a lot of young guys here. Depp kind of stands out amongst them, just because he's from the old guard a bit. I am looking at guys like Caleb Smith. We don't have the
Lilladall's not in there right now.
He's not in there, but none of the Penn State guys are signed up yet. They normally sign up pretty late.
The last second, yeah.
I want to see what Nico Provo looks like. Liam Cronin's been around. Dom Munaretto, I want to see what he does. With some of these older guys. And Sheldon Seymour, let's see your freestyle chops. But
Yeah, let's see your chops. Sorry, you smacked my mic. That was an accident.
But that's 57 kilos. Nothing super crazy there. 61. Mikhail McGee. Nashawn Garrett, Austin DeSanto, Nick Bouzakis, Ben Davino, Marcus Blaze, Dayton Fix, Seth Gross, Nico Megaludis, Nathan Tomasello. Yeah, this weight is nails.
Nails.
This weight is nails. Who wins this, Ryan?
Marcus Blaze.
You're typing out a lineup, aren't you?
I might have lied about one of the lineups I thought was done. It is not done. No, I'm listening to. I'm doing it all. I do think Marcus Blaze is going to win that, though.
Blaze should. I mean, I guess if they're going to use the pin system, Blaze should be seated number 1. He beat Fix last year. His only loss in freestyle within the country was to Vito, so he should be the top guy. But I do want to see. I always want to see Austin DeSanto, and also getting a look at Ben Davino. That would be great. Austin DeSanto, Nashawn Garrett, Nick.
One of 2 guys to beat Marcus Blaze in high school. Can you name the other loss?
Ben Davino.
And if any of you listeners can get it before Sammy, good job. I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Jax Forrest.
Wrong.
I have no idea.
Jax never beat him during the high school season.
Okay. Luke Lillidahl.
Wrong.
Bo Bassett.
No. You're getting closer. Leo DeLuca.
The boy from Jersey.
Sophomore year, Leo beat him, and his junior year, Ben Davino beat him. Both losses were at the Ironman.
Damn. Tough tournament.
Yeah.
Tough tournament. But expect Marcus Blaze to set this field on fire.
Expecto! Oh, that was loud.
That was. Don't wake your child up.
I know, she's sleeping. I've got the monitor. Carly, you can sit now.
All right. 65 kilos. Josh Coderhant.
Keep going. I'm just going right up these stairs.
Nobody else on page 1. Aiden Valencia, Jesse Mendez, Tom Crook, Vince Cornella, Real Woods. Sorry, those were not conventionally well-known names, I guess. Carter Young, Jody McKenna. That's kind of it. Interesting. All right. I mean, this is Joey McKenna's way to lose, I think. But Jesse Mendez is in there too. Aiden Valencia. Dude, this is going to be an Ohio State way. You're gonna have Jesse Mendez. You're gonna have Joey McKenna, and that's pretty much it. Interesting.
Give me Jesse Mendez.
Did they split at trials?
I don't care.
Okay. I was asking a question, but that's fine.
I know. They might have.
Yeah. Okay. Is Giovanni Cassiope, is he related to Tony? I feel like he must be.
They all are.
All the Cassiopes?
They're a big family.
I mean, they're Italian. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. 70 kilos. Speaking of relations, is Cody Welker, is that Kylie Welker's brother?
Great question.
I would assume so. Wisconsin, I would assume so, but maybe not. 70 kilos.
What
Give me somebody.
To Wes Welker?
There's Drew Roberts and Braden Roberts. 70 kilos. My goodness. Alec Pantaleo, Yaya Thomas, James Green, Bryce Andonian, Yanni Diakomahalis, Jackson Arrington. All signed up back to back to back. John Wiley, Will Luan, Cutter Sheets. That's the wrong Sheets. Brayton Lee, Mike Van Brill, Doug Zapp.
Give me the Yan man. Yanni.
Oh, John. Yep.
Yanny.
The Greek Freak, 100%. But yeah, it'll be great to see a well-fed, fully healthy Yanni Diakmahalis going out there and wrestling. And I don't think
Yanny versus
the,
Green. That's what I want.
the field is not ready. I hope Alec Pantaleo does something. Maybe, but let's see Alec Pantaleo get over the hump against James Green and then fall to Yanni
What do you mean?
Diakmahalis.
He's beaten James Green before. Just not when it counts.
Okay, so lose to him this time, beat him at trials to make Final X, and then fall short to Yanni.
Yes. So who gets a bid? Just Dake?
Right.
But Dake going up?
Dake. So the only two people we should expect to have a bid at this point is Spencer Lee and Vito for men's freestyle.
And they both accepted.
Both have accepted. Yes. Dake is changing weights. Aaron Brooks is changing weights. David Taylor's not wrestling. So that's it. We didn't have a medal at 65. We didn't have a medal at 70. We didn't have a medal at 79. We didn't medal at 97 or heavyweight. So, and the way the process works, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody has accepted their berth to Final X, the winner of the U.S. Open will go meet them at Final X and wrestle. Now, if there isn't somebody sitting in Final X, the winner of the U.S. Open sits in Final X, and then there's a World Team Trials tournament for the other position at Final X. So basically, Spencer and Vito will know their opponents after the U.S. Open, and then all of the winners of the U.S. Open will sit and wait to see who their opponents are from the World Team Trials, which happens later. It's a fun system. Greco is not involved in it at all, and that's because they want to know what their team is so that they can get them ready for Worlds sooner. And those are fast facts with Sammy Coakley. 74 kilos, Jarrett JQs, Joey Bianchi, David Carr, Quincy Monday, Elroy Perkin has been around forever. Terrell Barraclaw, Tyler Lillard, let's go. Max Brignola, he's a guy for Lehigh, which everybody should be on alert for next year. Luca Wick, Jesse Delavecchia, ooh, Peyton Hall, and that's roughly it. What?
I thought there would definitely be more names in there.
David Carr. It's the David Carr effect. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking at 79 kilos right now.
And I know nothing. This is all from the gut, ladies and gentlemen. But expect to see the one and only Jordan Burroughs.
No.
Expect it.
No.
Yeah.
I'll put money down that he's not going to be at 74 kilos.
Why?
He's not going to cut that weight again. He's not. He will not.
What do you mean? He's
not going to cut the weight for it. No, he's not going to.
He'll have to.
Right. I know that he's not going to do it on an Olympic year. 100% he will not.
On a non-Olympic year?
Correct. That's what I meant.
All right. If you say so.
I'd put money down. And here's the thing. I win either way. Either I win money or I get to see Jordan Burroughs wrestle at the U.S. Open. Either way, I win. So.
I hope we see all the big cats at the U.S. Open.
Probably won't.
I hope we see them all.
I don't even know if we're going to see Dake wrestle this year. All right. 79 kilos. Danny Bronigal. Clayton Whiting.
What about O'Toole? Is he coming down to 74?
He had ACL surgery.
Oh, yeah, duh. That was rid of me. Excuse me. That was dumb of me.
Kennedy Monday, Evan Wick, Carson Hartzler.
That,
okay.
Please. Thank you.
David McFadden. I don't have those capabilities, Ryan. You're just going to be in there. Jack Thompson, Dean Hamity.
Things? What's wrong with you?
Well, no, I don't want to have to pull it. Look, there's a system. I don't want to do it. Okay, leave me alone.
This is why we need a Jamie.
Dean Hamity. We just need you to not say words. How about that? And that's roughly it. That's roughly.
Are you trying to
censor you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to censor yourself. You literally said bleep that for me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 79 kilos. Both 79 and 74 are kind of light. It's that fresh talent coming in. We'll see what it looks like. Might be good, might be bad. What I need from USA Wrestling is for them to show me more than just 10 entries on a sheet on one page. 86 kilos. Let's see what we got.
Let's go to Flow then.
Does Flo have it? They might. Marcus Coleman, Chance Marsteller, Dylan Fishback, Jaden Bullock, Zahid Valencia, Dustin Plott, and
Zahid.
Jacob Taylor. Shout out Jake Taylor. Jersey Rob, Rocco
Who's
Welsh,
Jacob
Braden
Taylor?
Thompson, Parker Kickeisen. He was a Cornell guy. Flow national champion. And that is roughly it for 86 kilos. Did I not say Trent Hidley's name?
You could have. I heard you say Zahid Valencia, and I stopped listening. So
Right. I don't see Hidley listed, which is interesting. Why isn't he listed?
I think this is Zahid's world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, if there was a guy to beat Zahid, in my mind, it's Trent or Chance, but I don't think Chance has a chance. I don't think he does, based on the way that they've wrestled each other in the past. Marsteller.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Style matchups matter.
Right. 92 kilos. We got Aiden Sinclair, Mike Mock, Eric Schultz. Ooh, it is a short list. Seth Shoemate. Well, this is why I wasn't seeing Trent Hidley. 92 kilos. Trent Hidley.
Hell yeah.
Cam Caffey. That's kind of it. He's really going to do 92 kilos?
Why not?
Aaron Brooks.
What if Brooks doesn't wrestle this year?
What if he doesn't? Maybe he has to get healthy. He didn't wrestle at that flow card for some reason. Maybe he's injured. Maybe he's got surgery. Who knows? They always keep everything so close to the chest, that team does. And I hate it.
Yeah.
Let me in. Don't try and castrate me if I
transparency for you.
If I want to know what your wrestle offs are like, Goodness. 97 kilos. Oh no. JILO. Gary Trout.
Yeah, Gas Tank Gary.
Gas Tank Gary dropping down. Gavin Hoffman. Ethan Laird. Very short list. We've got no depth at 97 kilos.
It's all right. We're going to see an influx this week.
Of entries? Yeah. Hopefully some quality ones too. Okay. Well, let's move it on up to heavyweight. We got Luke Stoddard, Jordan Wood, Demetrius Thomas, Big Meech, Devin Dawson, shout out. Christian Lance, shout out. Nick Feldman, Alex Semenenko, Hayden Zilmer, Trent Hilger, Trevor Tinker. Okay. Well, that was my list off all the names in a tournament that are of significance.
Hopefully Gable shows up.
Yeah, and Wyatt and Kirk.
Mason. Kirk is hurt.
And Mason. Kirk is hurt. Is he like hurt? Beyond repair hurt?
Well, no, beyond
needs repair hurt?
Yeah, probably won't be seeing Kirk until next year.
Okay. I thought is it Mason Paris trying to be in the NFL? Isn't that a thing?
I have no clue. Could be.
I think he's trying out for the Bengals, maybe. So we might have lost Mason Paris.
Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Friends. He's gonna be defending Joe Burrow.
Dude, did you see Hendrickson's post this weekend? He's at the
Which one?
UFC event.
Oh yeah,
He's at the UFC event. He's just hanging out with Zac Efron. Well, at least got a photo with him.
yeah,
Jealousy.
yeah.
I'm
He's a
rife
pretty
with it.
cool dude. He's a
He's pretty
pretty
cool. He's a pretty
cool
cool guy,
dude.
huh? Yeah.
Life changed. 30 seconds. His life changed.
No, but hang on. That moment required a lifetime of dedication and hard work.
Oh, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, his life
Right.
changed in 30
Yeah,
seconds.
it's crazy. It is crazy. Crazy. Hopefully it's changing for the better.
I
Okay.
don't think we'll be losing Wyatt to arrogance anytime soon.
Probably not.
He's just too goofy.
So happy-go-lucky.
Too goofy to be arrogant.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Oh, we're not going to talk about a little lineup. I got two, at least two.
Let's rip two off. Also, I've got your camera here. I got to mail it out too.
Sick. 4K.
Yeah. What?
4K.
No, 720.
Yours is 4K. Mine's not.
Yeah. Well, you said, Sammy, why haven't you bought me a camera yet? And when you make a demand for me to buy you a camera, it's going to be whatever quality I pick.
Whoa. Let's time out here real fast. I never demanded the camera from you. You said you were buying Reese and I cameras. That's what you said. I never asked. Never.
Okay.
Never.
And so
then
when I
you
say
said
that,
it. And then, one never appeared. So I asked, Sammy, I thought you said you were buying us cameras. What happened?
And so, were there any requisites?
That question would have never, ever been asked if you never said.
Were there any requisites set to the quality of the camera?
I just thought we were getting the same one that you got. That's all I thought.
Here's the deal. I do a little bit of video on my own. So whenever I'm full screen, whenever I take up the whole shebang, I need to not look like a freaking Minecraft character.
I was ready to do a solo adventure tonight. I was ready.
I would have let you rip it.
Dude, it was going to be good. I was prepared. Like, you don't understand. I was prepared. I was like, you know what? I have a feeling that these two might flake on me tonight. I better prepare myself.
Dude, good luck finding me in a situation where I'm going to say no thank you to recording a podcast episode.
You're right. You were MIA there for a while. I hadn't heard from you for over 12 hours, so I was
running wrestling practice for the last 2.5 hours of that time span. Okay.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you though?
No. It was a busy day. Just let's move on to the lineups. I'll look at it after we record, or after we finish recording.
Ohio State. This is who we're going to start off with.
I should probably pull it up. You go ahead.
So this year their lineup was Brendan McCrone, Nick Bouzakis, Jesse Mendez, Dylan D'Amelio, Brandon Cannon, Patty Gallagher, Carson Karchla, Ryder Rogotsky, Seth Shoemate, and Nick Feldman.
Correct.
Okay. So next year, what I have them looking like is a lot of the same. It's some differences in here. All right, now there are some question marks. All right, like 25. Are we going to see Brendan McCrone? Is Vinny Kilkery going to get in there? Like, what's going to happen there? I've got Vinny finally getting over the hump and starting his sophomore year, redshirt sophomore year. And then, and this is where, it continues to stay muddy. This is probably about as clear as the mud gets. 133, I think we're going to see Ben DeVino, right?
I would assume so.
They're either going to move on from Nick Bouzakis or they're going to do a shift.
Okay.
So what I got is Vinny Kilkery, Ben DeVino, Nick Bouzakis at 41, Mendez 49 with Maddox Shaw redshirting behind him.
Okay.
You return with Brandon Cannon for his sophomore year, 57. You got Ethan Bearden with the craziest way to spell Ethan that I've ever seen in my entire life, but I love it. And then at 74, is Patty Gallagher going to be big enough for 74? He might be their only option.
Here's my question. Doesn't Carson Hartslow have another year?
Dude, I was trying to figure that out. I could not.
So here's what WrestleStat has. It's weird. So 2020 redshirt, 2021 medical redshirt, 2022 freshman year, 2023 sophomore year, 2024 medical redshirt. Well, maybe.
So he's got 2 years left.
Well, no, because 2025 junior year. So he's used 3 years.
Yeah, but
22, 23,
why
25.
would he? If you med read on that 21 year, you could definitely.
No. Then Ryan. Then what's his name would have wrestled at NCAAs this year.
Totally different. Totally different.
Was he not hurt that year?
Is that what they said he was? He was hurt?
Yes.
Yeah,
that year exists in a vacuum. There's nothing that can come out of it, and there's nothing that can go into it.
It's just dumb. It was so dumb
they
for
did
them
not
to
handle
say.
It right.
It was so dumb for them to say that the year doesn't count towards your eligibility. You know what? They could have done that, and then they said, but if you wrestle or if you compete at a conference championship or a national championship, then it counts. If the conference and national championships happen, then and you compete in it, then it counts. But if you didn't, then it's a free year for you.
Right, because it creates this anomaly where Carter Strachey is and almost certainly will be the only 5-time NCAA wrestling champion that we ever get.
Exactly.
And it's frustrating. Very frustrating. Anyway, but he's used 3 years, 22, 23, and 25. Now, I don't know if he gets a medical red shirt for last year. He wrestled 15 matches. I don't know. So maybe Carson Hartslow's back, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm putting him in underneath Patty here, and we'll give him a little question mark.
Patty at 174 is interesting to me because he was wrestling 57 this year. I don't know if he's going to be like big enough. I don't even know if he's got the frame for 74.
They got the weight program for it though.
So he's just going to be a rock of muscle. So here's my next question.
Could be.
Ethan Burden, how good?
And then the next 3 weight classes are all the same. Ryder, Seth Shoemate, Nick Feldman. That's what I got.
Okay. Ethan Burden went 9-6 this year. He had losses to Brignola, who we talked about being good. Luca Augustine up at 174. Drayton Warden, Ryan Ford, Andrew Barbosa, Bo Mantanona. Those are all pretty solid losses, except for maybe these Morton and Ford losses. Maybe not so good. Who did he beat? He beat Braden Scholes. Okay. Who else? That's kind of it. But that's not a bad win at all. Okay. He can be good for them, for sure.
Now, if they don't do the lineup shift, then I fully expect to see Shaw in at 49.
Okay. So that'd be Mendez at 41, Shaw at 49, and Nick Buzak is wrestling for Pitt.
Maybe. Or just, bench, riding the bench.
Bench time. Does he have a red shirt?
No. He used his. Mendez has one, but not Buzakis.
Right. Same Mendez says, no shirt for me.
Didn't need it.
Well, he could have been a 4-timer.
Didn't need it.
Oh, okay. What about Geog?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in a lineup battle with Seth. Same way he was this year.
Okay. You don't think neither of them, you don't see Shoemate or Geog dropping down to 84?
Seth shows so much promise.
He does.
He's got...
Dude, he was good in high school. He was so good.
Let's back up. So good. He took some weird losses in high school, too.
Yeah, no, he peaked and then valleyed in high school and then came back up in college.
Straight up did not place at Super 32 once.
Yeah, dude. And I watched the losses and I was like,
yeah.
I just watched you win Fargo, either this summer or last summer. I don't remember when.
No, it was that bizarre. Summer. And then Super 30. Yeah, it was a bad deal.
Right. So that's why people don't talk about Seth Shoemate a lot, even though, man, he was pretty freaking good in high school.
I'm just talking towards the end of the year this year, he started to really kind of find himself, I feel like.
Yep.
I think if he keeps doing that, then we're gonna see some good things out of him.
I agree.
So.
Ohio State's gonna have a good team. Now I am worried. I'm worried that they're gonna start losing ammunition soon. But for now,
yeah,
because they don't have a whole lot coming in. But yeah, a combination of Kilcarry and McCrone, that's great. Davino at 33, I think, is an automatic All-American contender. Buzakis or Mendez, whoever you get at 41. I mean, Mendez would be better than Buzakis, obviously, but I mean, you're gonna have Mendez either at 41 or 49. So
they really wanted Marcus Blaze. They were gonna shift him in there at 41, slide Mendez up for sure.
Yeah, that would have been gnarly. That would have been a very solid starting four. And then Cannon at 57. That first half of your lineup. That's a dual winning lineup. And then you have Feldman to be your closer. Yeah. Okay, this is a great team. They're still going to be good next year.
I like this team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's go check out their rivals.
Michigan.
This is going to be a little bit tougher. All right, I think their lineup, especially at the bottom, is going to look a lot different, and at the top, actually, it's all going to look different. I have one weight where I have no one in there. It's 197.
I saw that.
I have no clue who it's going to be.
You have no clue, huh?
None. Well, I mean, obviously there's clues, but like, I'm thinking they're probably going to pull someone in from the portal. At least I keep hoping they will.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so here's what I got. I got Chris Kaiser, Fargo champ. He shows Oklahoma boy, shows a lot of promise. I think he can maybe do something when he gets to gets in here. Dylan Ragusin coming back. Now, WrestleStat did not have Rags on there.
He's on there now.
Oh, he is? Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But because when I was doing this earlier, I was like, there's no Dylan Ragusin on here. It made me sad, honestly. Like initially, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not cry.
Good job.
Because what? Wait, what's the quote? Because who would care? Conquest. What does he say? He said something was like, I could cry, but I don't.
Right.
Because why would
I don't remember what the full quote is. Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, all right. Lemley at 41. Gilcher, 49.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Catrabone, 57.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like that first half. Kaiser, Ragusin, Lemley, Gilcher, Catrabone. That's a solid first half. It's a young first half, led by, I guess, Dylan Ragusin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? And Lemley's a junior, but still a true junior.
True. Yeah. True. Your top half, we got Bowman, Brockman, De Al Capone Veazey. Very tough. Very tough.
Okay. Question, teacher.
Yep. Go ahead.
What about Jaden Bullock?
He's got another year. Thought he was done.
Yep. He's got another year.
Let's do this. Let's shift VZ because I heard VZ is pretty big now. I thought he was going to be a lifetime 84. I heard he's pretty big. Let's shift him up. He also has a red shirt. They could redshirt this kid, this VZ kid.
Yep.
Very good. Let's shift him up, though, to 97. And we'll put Bullock in here at 84. This is what it's going to be, guys. Now we got a full lineup. Starting back at 65, we got Bo Mantanona. 74, Barack Mantanona. 84, the return of Jaden Bullock. Is he a senior next year then, or this next season?
Yes.
Okay. And then 197, the true freshman, De Al Capone VZ. And then the portal boy, Tay Gahaldi. Gahaldi Holly. I don't know.
Gahaldi.
Yeah, sure.
Tay Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
Hell yeah.
The best chocolate on earth.
I think this is a better team than their 2025 team. I think it is.
Yeah, 100% is better.
So, yeah, I mean, they had their start with 25 and 33 was not good, especially after losing Ragusin. Now, Ragusin back, we'll see what Kaiser's like. That could be, depending on how good Kaiser is. If you have a solid guy, like a ranked guy at Kaiser, Ragusin, who's an All-American level dude, even though I'm starting to think that 133 is going to be a nightmare weight class, like so tough.
It's gonna be awesome.
41 Sergio Lemley, who had a little bit of a sophomore slump. We'll see if he kind of comes back up and rounds into shape. He finished out the round of 12. It was a solid finish, but he definitely wants more. Dylan Gilcher at 49. See if he can really. Is this his sophomore year? It must be.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Redshirt sophomore.
Yep. Okay. Cam
I think they gray shirted Catcherbone, and then red shirted him this year.
Okay. Catcherbone, I am excited about. I have high expectations for him. Bowman, Brockman, absolutely love it. Jaden Bullock, he'll be a staple. NCAA qualifier caliber guy. We'll see if he can kind of break through outside of that. I don't know what to expect from Dial Capone VZ. High expectations, hopefully. And Tegadali, probably going to be contending for a title along with a laundry list of heavyweights. I think it's going to be a kind of wide open situation next year.
Sure, but also I kind of feel like right now, if you were to put him in tiers, wouldn't you say Younger's kind of in a tier by himself right now?
I don't know what to think. Maybe like peak Younger. I could do that.
Before Younger got hurt at Nationals, he was so good, dude.
I know. Yeah. Peak Younger, I could do that. But also, I want to see what he does against Nick Feldman and Ben Keeter, Tegadali, if he continues to improve. There's going to be some heavyweights. There's going to be some good heavyweights next year.
Now, keep your eye on the portal.
To the 3 Titans.
Keep your eye on the portal.
Yeah. Cole Mirasola.
The TJ Stewart rumor is true about coming up. That would be a big
97. I mean, or if he's good enough, throw him in an A4. Take Bullock out.
I know they've been taking some lumps because I know they were really throwing some money at Missouri boy Elam.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yep. I'm very surprised that he hit the portal.
Well, I'm very surprised. It was kind of like the writing was a little bit on the wall when his brother went to Rutgers or went to Scarlet Knight Wrestling Club, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
That Rocky might be.
I guess you're right. It was just weird because, like, I guess I don't know what his relationship is with Bash, but Bash was talking like Elam was steadfast. I'm a tiger. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just need to change of pace a little bit.
Yeah. There you have it. More lineups. More on the way.
Yeah.
Some of these.
We'll do just so you guys know, we'll do at least Iowa State and Rutgers next time.
And
you want me to do Indiana too? I'll throw Indiana in there.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do Indiana yet. We're not there.
I'm not ready for Indiana.
No, because we don't know what their lineup looks like yet.
I can look or I can guess.
So but you can't.
I've literally been
but there's some names. There's some names that aren't directly tied to Indiana yet. So
I wonder if I'm going to get any of these right. I don't think so.
I think we have Cornell down pretty well.
Oh well, that's because we cheated, but
nah, whatever. We could be wrong too. So, all right. I think that's the episode. I think we got to wrap it up and get out of here.
Any more? You got any more interviews coming up, Sammy?
Jacob Cardenas should be coming up soon. He's in Amsterdam right now, but I might just record it in the morning at like 8 a.m. with him, and just get it in. We'll see. We'll see what the internet's like for him. I don't know. So, and then Julian Ramirez is on the docket. I don't know if I'm going to wait because I think I'm also going to bring him down here for a clinic. So I don't know if I'm going to do that in person or what.
You bringing him down to Bama?
Well, he does the thing where he like goes from Ithaca down home to Florida. And so I'm going to be like one of the last stops.
I forgot he was a Southerner.
Yes. Florida boy. Cubano. Okay. Thank you. Thank you everybody for listening to the episode. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah. And leave lots of comments telling Reese how much he sucks for skipping out on us.
So there's two things you can do. You can either say that he sucks for skipping out, or you can say that you felt like this episode wasn't the same. Actually, no. Don't do that. Don't inflate his ego.
Tell him he sucks.
Tell him he sucks.
Tell him he sucks.
That's the final word. Reese sucks.
Tell him he sucks. And then if he tries to get you to apologize, don't.
Yeah. Reese sucks. Ryne and Sammy out.